Hey there everybody, this is Svenchen welcoming you back to more Lufia 2. In the last episode we went to the Tower of Truth in Barnen or in Derail actually, to see whether Maxim and Sealand's relationship was sincere or not. And after that, Iris was so kind to tell us that we had to go to Chade in order to seek out the nifty little things that were going on there. So right here, I believe we already went to this place. But if you just go here, it talks about the Elder who went to the south to the mountain and to go to the volcano in order to stop its eruption. And apparently there was a dragon flying around there. So essentially, that's where we have to go. I mean, we already have the equipment from this place. There's really nothing very interesting. I believe I already equipped everyone with the proper stuff. I mean, yeah, it doesn't really make much of a difference. We're going to get some new equipment in this new mountain, so let's just head over there. I believe the fastest way is to walk. Let's see if we can change our capsule monsters around to... I think Darby may actually... I'll just keep it on Gusto for a little bit longer. He's a little under-leveled. I'm probably going to go with Darby for a couple of battles. I didn't really feel like fighting those guys, so... Anyway, here we are on the Dragon Mountain, which is, in my opinion, one of the coolest dungeons in the game. But it also happens to be one of the longest, so once you go up here, you're probably going to be here for a while, especially if you want to do everything there is to offer. And I can tell you right off the bat that I'm not going to be able to finish everything here, and we're going to have to do this in 2 episodes. So basically, these 2 doors lead to the same room, but if you solve this little puzzle, then you get the Sonic Ring. And we're not going to mess with the equipment just yet. We'll probably do that before the next battle. And you just use the hook to get across here. And this room is basically a monster room. And drop-up elevator required weight of 1 ton. Essentially, this talks about the next room, which is right over here. And first you have that little stupid whatever it is. But you just want to use your hook to get across here. And you see those broken... floor tiles. You just want to lure that behemoth over there and just kind of walk over here, and it'll fall onto the platform in the room below and raise the platform, allowing you to walk over to this part. And you probably want to skip most of these. I mean, it's probably worth it to fight a few of those just for a little bit of extra experience, but it's not really all that necessary. I have to admit though, before I came here, before I started recording, I actually did a few practice runs. I did 2 practice runs of this place because some of the puzzles in here are quite elaborate and they require a lot of brain power to solve. And so I don't want to look like a complete idiot when I do that. Of course, the first thing in the tower that you're going to need is the key, which is right out here. It's the magma key. And after this, basically you have to fall through that little place there. You can stun all the monsters if you want to, but I'm just going to quickly skip through all of them and fight them all. Okay, I said that was going to go quickly, but it actually took a while. Okay, so after that, basically you want to go all the way up over to the right here for the next part. Now the reason I'm kind of going through this fast is because this is a really annoying place, and preferably it's best if you don't stick around here for too long. I mean, especially for the purposes of an LP, it's just really, really difficult to get everything going. So right over here you have a couple of puzzles where you have to constantly change around the weapons that you have to use, or the items. So you want to start by using your hook to get across over to this place, and then you have to switch back between the hook and the hammer a couple of times. You want to knock those both up, and then it's probably a good idea if you go down here. Then you knock that pillar down, and you go back to the hook. It's a lot of switching. I mean, the whole point, basically, of this little exercise is to allow you to get a couple of treasure chests at the top, after which you can make it out of this place and go up the stairs immediately instead of having to go back and use the reset button. So over this one we have a miracle, and here we have a Super Pro Ring, or an S Pro Ring. It's actually stands for Super Protection, and a Magic Scale, and that one we're going to equip immediately. I mean, with the armor, it's not really all that intricate. I mean, let's see. We have Ghost Clothes, Heal Armor, Metal Jacket, She's probably wearing the worst equipment. Who am I going to give this to? I mean, it's an upgrade for everyone, essentially. I'll just give it to Sealan. Heck, why not? Doesn't really matter. There's IP on it anyway, so... Anyway, having done that, we can finally go back and go up the stairs. So that's basically one of the ways to do it. And this little plaque here tells you, let's stun that one real quick. Use fire arrows to burn grass so it doesn't grow back. And this is actually one of my most hated puzzles in the game. I used to get stuck here all the time, but basically these little patches of grass down there, they'll start growing as soon as you walk around. And if any plant grows completely, you failed the puzzle. So what you want to do is you want to go 1 step right and then 5 steps down. Use the R turn to fire an arrow, move again, and fire an additional time. You can do that a little bit different if you really want to. You want to go down, right, up, and fire. Then you want to move left 4 times and shoot down. Then you shoot up. And then you want to walk all the way over to the right, shoot up and shoot down. Twice to the left, shoot down. Twice to the right, shoot up. And I think after that it's left, up, shoot that one. And from here, I believe it's down, left, that one, and then that gives you enough time to shoot that one, after which they'll all disappear. I mean, there's more interesting ways for me to tell you how that puzzle works, but that's one of the faster ways to do it. You can also use bombs if you really need to, but fire arrows work just as easily, in my experience. So anyway, having made it to the top of the mountain, there's I don't even know why I'm walking here, but there's kind of a nice background view. It moves a little bit, as you can see. That's just a level of detail that I like about this game. Having done that, though, you can see that this wall here looks suspicious, and we'll be coming back to that in the next episode, actually. Because that's actually where the world's most difficult trick is. And I'm not just saying that, that's actually the name of a puzzle in this dungeon. And that's the puzzle that I talked about last time that can actually take hours to solve. And I'm not going to pretend to know the solution to the puzzle. I mean, I'm probably just going to show it all. But I'll have to look up how to solve it beforehand, because there's no way that I'll even solve the puzzle just by doing it randomly. I mean, this one time, some of my friends and I were trying to solve the puzzle for about 2 or 3 hours. And there were 4 of us, and we each took turns trying to solve the puzzle, and even after several hours, we basically, we were still nowhere. So I'm not gonna torture you guys by making you watch me do that. So I'm probably gonna look up a solution, and then I'm gonna try to solve the puzzle at least somewhat efficiently. Because, I mean, it's no fun for me to do that for hours. And I mean, it is quite a monster of a puzzle, and I do love it. I mean, there's so many awesome things about it that I can hardly describe. I mean, this is really one of those brain teasers, you know. It's not an easy puzzle. It's actually probably the most difficult puzzle in any game I've ever seen, you know, short of actual puzzle games. Akash, stop following us. Alright, so, basically what we're doing here... come on. Okay, it was a little bit annoying having to fight all those, but it's worth it because right over here we have a couple of chests, one of which contains the S-Witch Ring, or a Super Witch Ring. And we have a Witch Ring from before, but this is basically just an upgrade over that. And here we have a High Power Ring. Now, before we go equipping all of that stuff, there's one final thing that I want to show you. And it's actually, this is the path that goes eventually to where the boss is. But before we actually head over there, I'm just going to grab all of the treasure now so we don't have to do that later. I'm not sure what's down there. Oh, just monsters. Alright. I mean, essentially, if you want to, you can head to the boss immediately and then come back in order to do the puzzle. But I prefer... crap. Okay, so what was I talking about again? Alright, yeah. Basically, I prefer coming here first because walking over to this bridge here, that leads to the boss. So you want to avoid that for now, or at least I'm gonna. And one of the reasons that I'm doing that is that I actually want to get the puzzle that I was talking about in the next episode, because there's simply not really enough time to do all of that right now, and there's a lot that we have to do. And because that puzzle is so big, it's probably going to take me, whoops, almost did that wrong. It's going to take me a while to finish it, so I'm hoping that I can just solve it and record my solving of it, and if I don't manage to not stumble as long for each individual decision, then that's a good thing. Right now, though, I think it's probably a good idea if I equip everyone with some of this stuff. So we have a Mind Ring, and we have a Super Mind Ring, which further increases her intelligence. We have a Kraken Rock, which does, let's see, it's a little bit of everything. I'm not going to sacrifice much speed, though. Actually, well, only sacrificing a little speed, and we're gaining magic resistance and everything. And we also have the Gorgon Rock, which is probably a nice thing to have for Guy. He doesn't really need all that much speed. And then Artea doesn't need the Eagle Rock anymore. I mean, let's be honest, he's fast enough. So we can give him either the Misto Jewel or... Let's see, yeah, the Misto Jewel, that'll work. I believe that's probably one of the best setups that you can have here. You could use the Evil Jewel if you really want the attack power. Technically, I don't really need it. So I suppose I may as well show you. You have to bomb this wall, and every time that you bomb it, I'll just show you real quick. It's damaged a little more, but with every step that you take, it heals itself effectively. So what you want to do is you want to put one bomb over here, and I believe go over here. Then you want to move over this place and make sure that bomb explodes. Then put another one down here, here, walk down, and then now that it's almost completely destroyed, you can do the rest with the hammer and bust open the door. And essentially, there's the pit, and the world's most difficult trick is beyond this point. However, we're not going to go there at this episode. I'm sorry to tease you. I just wanted to show you that real quick. We're going to cut it off here and do that thing next time, because I'm going to need to figure out how I'm going to edit that. So thanks everybody for watching, and next time on Lufia 2, we finish this bloody cave or mountain, solve the puzzle, and find out what's next in our pursuit of finishing this story. So until then, take care, and I'll see you then.